What up, guys? Today I want to talk about an interesting little topic I've been seeing on TikTok, talking about Light Yagami from the Death Note series. If he was in DC, specifically in Gotham, would he be able to lower or stop the crime rate in DC itself? Now, I've seen a couple of TikTokers talking about this. Some have said that no, he would not be able to stop it at all due to the fact that Batman would catch on to him and take him down, and once he gets exposed, he'll be killed by the rest of the Rogues Gallery, or the Rogues Gallery themselves can handle him. And I thought that was kind of being a little too harsh on Light. I felt like they were just like, no, I cannot even imagine that he would win because comic book characters are so OP in everything, and Batman is just perfect in all these characters. And I didn't agree with it, and I know a lot of you guys are saying, what do you mean? Batman is way smarter than Light, he's way better than Light, and the Rogues Gallery and Gotham are just far too dangerous and hard to find out. And I don't agree with that, and I'll explain why. But I also do want to say I'm going to go through two scenarios, because the thing is, the assumption is he just gets dropped into the Batman universe while, the Gotham, while Batman's still there. My thought process would be, if he was to replace Batman, would he lower the crime rate? So I'm going to go through both those scenarios. A scenario where, Light is in the DC universe where Batman is also there, and a one where Light is in the DC/Gotham world without Batman. So first, let's start off with the one with Batman. A lot of people say, well, Batman will be able to deduce who he is, find out, and be able to take him down, and then he'll be killed by the rest of the Rogues Gallery, because L was able to do it. L was smart enough to understand it, right? If L was smart enough to do it, and Batman's way better of a detective than L, then he should be able to take him down too, right? But the problem with that is, L, the reason why he had such a great advantage against Light was by the time that L got into the mix, Light was already doing a lot of the crimes. He killed a lot of people by that point, and it was already drawing up a suspicion. So L knew about Light. Light didn't know about L. Nobody really knew about L because he's some super detective. Most people don't know about these detectives, and he's very secretive. So nobody even knew about L. He didn't know about L. So L had the lucky advantage of knowing that something is weird and off, so he had a suspicion, whereas Light did not know of L or what he's capable of, so he misjudged him. When he first saw the guy on TV, he thought that was just him. He assumed that detective was him, because that's how a normal detective acts. They will be televising, talking about who they're coming after, but he didn't know that it was a bait, because he would have assumed that was the case. But Light had the lucky advantage there, and then after that, he was able to deduce the fact that the person was killed on live television, admitting that he's going to come after him, that was confirmed it, right? So that gives him the advantage. And people say, well, Light was able to trick him L was able to trick Light multiple times, so Batman can do the same. Batman is a genius, he's a better detective, he's this and that. And that is true, but there is a big problem with that, because the assumption is that the moment the Death Note comes into Gotham and Light gets hands on it, he's just going to automatically start killing off criminals like an idiot, recklessly, knowing full well that there's Batman there who would stop him or stop criminals who does that, and then that would screw him over. I don't think Light is that dumb. What would happen will be the Death Note will fall, Light will see it, he will not believe it, then he will try to see if it works on one criminal, ends up killing him through a heart attack. That isn't enough to draw out Batman's suspicion. It might be a little weird if this guy doesn't have any health complications before and just got a heart attack and died, but Batman wouldn't see anything too weird in it. He was just slide it under the rug, because we've seen a lot of times where the criminals from Arkham are able to break out, and Batman only found out months after that they broke out. There's so many times the Joker has replaced himself with a fraud, and Batman doesn't find out until well after Joker starts doing his plans, and he's like, oh, this must be the Joker, so let me check out. So yes, Batman is good, but I think people overhype and wank the fuck out of him to the point that if anybody does any minor thing wrong, or leaves any bit of a clue, that he's able to instantly deduce everything that happened and be able to find out the person's entire plan. He isn't that smart, okay? So if Light did kill one person, that wouldn't be enough to draw suspicion, because if Joker can keep on getting out of Arkham and months away by just doing the duplicate bullshit over and over again, then Batman's not clearly that unbelievably smart. So that one time, he would get a pass. After that, if he does it multiple times, then yes, I think Batman will know and be able to deduce it. But that's the thing. You guys are making Light sound like a dumbass. You're making him sound like he's, he has no self-control. What he would do is, he's like, okay, I know that this works, but Batman's here. I can't keep on doing it if Batman's here. So I know if I find out his secret identity, who he is, I can end up killing Batman. So now Batman's in a disadvantage because Batman will not suspect anything about Light or anything at all because he hasn't done anything. And but Light, on the other hand, would know about Batman because unlike L, where L had that advantage of not being known and not being mysterious, Batman is well known in Gotham. He's well known in the DC universe. The only thing that's not well known about him is his identity. That's it. So Light would already know about Batman. Batman would not know about Light. I don't know how he would. He would not know about him or know he's a threat. So he would know, and he would know that he would have to take him out first. And we know that Light has no morals, so he would kill him because he killed those two other detectives that were trying to investigate him. They didn't do anything wrong. He killed them. He killed that one guy on TV that was going after him. So he is ruthless enough, smart enough. He can be sometimes reckless, but he's also pretty cautious. And in the L situation, it was completely different. It didn't count because that one, like I said, L was not a well-known person. Batman is. So he would already know to take him out first. And some people say, well, it's easy for Batman to deduce who Light is, but it's also easy for Light to deduce who Batman is. Yes, Batman will be able to do it faster, but that's only if Light was doing a bunch of bad stuff. I don't think Light would do bad stuff from the beginning. I think he would wait and try to find out. And finding out Batman's identity is pretty easy. Most people, and a lot of people in the DC universe, have found out his identity. The only ones that don't are the dumb people or people that don't really pay enough attention. But people with even the most minor level of intelligence and deductive reasoning skills could deduce that who Batman is. Light is pretty smart himself. He'll be able to tell that Batman, he would look for cross-references of who matches Batman's description. He will realize that Batman's tech and stuff he's using is very advanced. So clearly it's somebody who's smart, somebody who has a lot of money. It's very tech savvy. And then he would be able to try to trace the tech back to Wayne Enterprises. Realize that Bruce Wayne, the head of Wayne Enterprises, has the amount of money, lives in the city, had left for a certain amount of time because they did do new stuff about the son of Gotham returning. So there was news reports about him being gone for a while. So able to realize that maybe at that time that he left, he learned how to fight and learn how to do more secretive spy ninja stuff. So he would have been able to deduce that. Also the build and the look. So I think it would be pretty easy for Light to realize pretty quickly that Batman is Bruce Wayne. Batman would not have any suspicion of Light doing anything wrong because he wouldn't be doing anything wrong from the jump. But he would have suspicion. He would know that Batman's there. And he would be able to realize that Batman is Bruce Wayne. That's not hard. So it's easier to do in that case. So he would find out who Batman is, write down Bruce Wayne, and that would end up killing Bruce Wayne because Bruce won't know that he's dying because of a magical thing until it starts happening, and the Death Note pretty much kills him pretty quickly. He would give him a heart attack, and it's going to be pretty hard for Batman to fight the heart attack, especially when he's in pain and stuff. He might be able to get assistance from Alfred, but he'll most likely die. And if he's even smarter, he can, because the Death Note controls people. And some people might say he might have resistance to mind control, but that's just illogical in this one. Let's not use that BS. He would be able to use him to have him pick up a gun and commit suicide or have a heart attack. I don't think there's any way for Batman to stop this. The only way Batman can stop this is if he knows what was going to happen and then was able to do it beforehand, but he wouldn't know. So he would be able to kill him, and then the rest of Gotham will be free for him to try to attack. Now, does this mean that he can take down the rest of the Rogues Gallery? That might be a little more difficult, but I still think he can. So like I said, Batman, he would be dead. I know a lot of you guys will be like, you're really saying that Light could beat Batman? That he's smarter than him? I'm just saying in this scenario, when you think about it logically how it would play out, there would be no way for Batman to know. Batman first needs to have some suspicion before he can enact. Once when he has a suspicion, then yes, it's over for whoever he's going after. But if he has no suspicion, then he cannot. Unless he has some cosmic awareness knowing that his life is going to be in danger or whatever, some bullshit like that. He can't just naturally do it. And like I said, people over-exaggerate how smart he is. If he's that smart, then how the fuck does he not notice that these guys break out of Gotham until weeks to months after? How does he not know the Joker's trick over and over again? How are these guys able to get all these schemes above him? Sometimes the schemes that Joker has is not even that clever. It's just, put poison here or put toxin there. It's the most straightforward bullshit ever. It's really? You thought that was so hard to deduce Batman? So people dick ride Batman. They don't like the idea of a battle of minds where Batman loses, even if that situation Batman would have no reason to be able to find out. So he would be dead. So even if we use a scenario where Batman's not there, it'll be easier because instead of him having to take down Batman, he would just go directly towards the criminals. Some people say, well, there's so much crime happening in Gotham that they don't do news reports on the criminals and what the real names are, like their henchmen and stuff. That's bullshit. We've seen it multiple times that they've done new stuff about it. Because when you see Batman, how does he find out who these criminals are and leads to them? He finds it from news articles, reports on the news, and he finds it from, from like the criminal database. I'm pretty sure Light's smart enough to hack into the criminal database and find out these criminals that have been locked up and their real names. There are a few like the Joker who don't have their real names, but majority of them do. That is just fucking stupid if you guys are saying that. Like, you guys are just saying that just to say, he can't beat them. Yes, he can. He will know who Oswald Cobblepot is. He will know who Mr. Freeze is. He will know who, he wouldn't know who Catwoman is, but she's not going to be that big of a threat anyway. He will know who Bane is. Bane is literally his fucking name. He has his fucking name in there. He would know who Bane is. He would know, because all the criminals and stuff, they already release who their name is. Firefly, they say who his name is. The henchmen, a lot of them, they say connections. He can get police radio stuff where they say these guys that work for him. He will know Falcone. He will be able to take down the whole mob boss criminal underworld because that's pretty easy. But even the rogues gallery, it's not like it's hard to find out because they have news reports on them. They admitted that Harleen Quinzel is Harley Quinn, who is working with the Joker. So he would know who Harley Quinn is. Even if he doesn't know who the Joker is, he could have it to where he writes in the Death Note, Harleen Quinzel straps a bomb onto herself, goes near the Joker because she's always around the Joker, has a bomb on herself, and blows it up right in that vicinity. If she has a big bomb and blows it up, it will kill all of his henchmen and the Joker around there. So he doesn't even need to know Joker's name directly. He just needs to know the name of a person that knows him and have them do something like strap a bomb onto themselves and kill them. And remember, this is my own intelligence. Light is supposed to be smarter than me. So if I can think of something this pretty easy, then he should be able to think of something just this easy or even more clever. And some people say, well, he won't even, there's other Jokers. There's multiple Jokers, right? So what? That just means he's going to have to kill multiple Jokers off. Joker's not going to be able to find out. Joker's not a detective like Batman is. And it's easier to find out the henchmen that are around Joker and just do the same thing. Have them kill him and then kill themselves. And if he's, push comes to shove, let's say he's in a dangerous situation, he can just, get the Shinigami eyes from Ryuk, be able to read Joker's name, then kill him there. Because then it doesn't matter how many they have. He can just see their names and write it down easily. That's like easy to do. And even if he doesn't want to do that, he can have Mikasa or somebody like Mikasa do that for him. So she doesn't even need to be right at where Joker is. Because Joker's always doing some plots in places. So she would be able to see his name right there. It's not like he can hide his name from the Shinigami eyes. So I don't know why people are making it sound like he has no chance. I think people, when they hear comic book characters against other characters that are not comic book characters, or mainly like DC or Marvel characters, they go into dick ride mode where they pretend that these characters will beat everybody and anybody, especially DC characters. They think that Batman and DC characters are so untouchable. No, they will not be untouchable. He will be able to kill them all. Because, tell me this, out of all of the criminals in Batman's Rogues Gallery, are any of them not, are there any of their names not known? The only ones that are not known is like, Joker himself. They've stated who Harley Quinn, we know Harley Quinn's real name. They already stated that. Mr. Freeze, they stated his real name. They stated, Bane's real name. They've stated, what's the name called? A few other people, Firefly, Cobblepot. Literally every criminal that has been captured, they release their name, who they are, except for the Joker. And even in the Joker, there's ways around it. Get somebody to kill him right there. Have somebody blow up a bomb. Have the Shinigami eyes. Have somebody get the Shinigami eyes and just see him from a distance. Be able to tell, since he's always doing shit in Gotham and going off. Like, it's very fucking easy to do this. People act like it's some impossible task. Some people said he could only beat 2 people, Oswald Cobblepot and somebody else, and then he would die by the rest. No, you fucking retards. He would be able to find them all out and kill them all. It's pretty easy. What is harder to do? Finding out the names of these criminals that commit crimes frequently and go to a system where they have their names in it, and just know their name and write it down, or these guys finding out that somebody's using some magical item like a book that you can write down names and kill criminals and find directly the link on who's using it. The only person I can see that he would not be able to do that is against like Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins, because they're very secretive. They're very they're very, what's the thing called? They're very good at what they do. So he wouldn't be able to find out. Ra's will be able to deduce who it is and be able to go after him. And I think Ra's probably wouldn't even kill Light. I think he would work with Light. I think he'd be like, what you're doing is kind of crazy, but I do like it, because his whole thing is to make the world more cleansed and pure. And Light doesn't have a problem with killing. So he'd probably recruit Light into there, or maybe just kill Light and take the Death Note. But I don't think so, because I don't think Ra's cares about killing them. He would just be like, you know what, you can do whatever you want, or just take it for himself. But whatever. I think Ra's al Ghul makes sense because he's secret enough and he's skilled enough. They don't know him. But the rest, I don't know why people like, they wouldn't have their name on their news. Have you not seen a fucking Batman comic book? Every time Batman is trying to find out who they are, he's looking literally in the Batcave on the Batcomputer. And on the Batcomputer, it's always showcasing literally news reports, news articles of these people. It's like, it's not like they're a fucking secret. Why would they lie about who it is? Why would they not show who these people are? It's pretty obvious that Harley Quinn was literally the psychiatrist to the Joker. They say this stuff. He would know who Clayface is. Though killing Clayface will be a little bit harder. But like, all their names are exposed. It's not like we don't know who the fuck Mr. Freeze is. It's not like they never said his name. Maybe Catwoman is harder because I don't think they've ever really caught her. The only people who know it's Selena Kyle is basically Batman and a few other people. But most people do not know. I think Light can easily pretty much track them down quick and kill them all off. And knowing Light smart as he is, he would go after the big fry before he goes after the small. He's not going to go after the small guys first, because it's like, well, there's a bigger threats in danger, and those threats can come after him compared to the smaller guys. So he would specifically target the bigger guys like the Joker. He would first go after Harley Quinn, have her strap a bomb onto herself, blow up the Joker and kill the rest, and then try to kill the Rogues Gallery. There might be other Jokers, but then if he's too scared or dangerous, he will get somebody to get a Shinigami eyes to see him, or see it himself and then kill him. So it's pretty easy to find a way to kill Joker. I don't know why people are acting like it's impossible for him to beat them. I just felt like that argument is stupid. And like I said, Batman, yes, normally he would be able to, but that's only if that's only if Light was reckless and just casually killing people and then made himself more suspicious, and then Batman had suspicion and then went after him, or Light was just exposed. Like, there's no way that he could know that. So I think he could have to drop on Batman, because he will have the advantage of Batman being popular and him not. And if you say that Light could not find out that Batman is Bruce Wayne, then you're retarded. I'm sorry. You're legit retarded. How would he not be able to? Only the people in the DC or the complete retards cannot find out who Batman is. It's pretty obvious. Doing a little bit of detective work can help out. And knowing Light's intelligence, he would 100% be able to do it. So I know a lot of people don't want to hear that the DC would be taken down and stuff, and the Rogues Gallery would be beaten, but he would lower crime heavily. The GCPD are chumps, okay? Because without Batman, once when Batman dies, and let's just say just Batman, not his family, but once when Batman dies, he can get the big criminals, and when he takes down the big criminals and the small ones, guess what? The GCPD can't do shit. They fucking suck. The regular cops would have never beaten Light if it wasn't for Nier, and if it wasn't for L, and it wasn't for the special force, unit. If it was just the regular cops that he had them in the palm of his hand the entire time. They would have never figured it out. So, yeah. I think you guys are just over-exaggerating if you believe that. If you guys disagree with my arguments, please put it down in the comment section. What do you think, how it would go, and why do you think I'm wrong in this discussion? I just feel like that it's ridiculous to think that, it's just to say, because the only way you guys can give it to Batman is just to say, no, Batman would just randomly know. He would know all this stuff. It's like you're just giving him bullshit freebies just so he could win. He would not fucking know. Unless you guys just think that Light is just a reckless idiot, he's not. He might not be as smart, but with the advantage of, knowing knowing that the other person is going to come after him, and the other person not knowing that there's somebody doing something bad, it doesn't matter at that point. He got too big of an advantage where even his intelligence not being on par with Batman's level does not help out Batman. Sorry. And the rest of the Rogues Gallery, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. He can easily blow them up. He can do a lot of stuff. He can have it where, you know, the Joker kills himself and stuff. Like, there's so many ways to do it, so yeah. And the rest of them, they're all very well known. I just think that Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins would be kind of hard, so yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for next time.